Good morning, everybody. So today I was supposed to have a food forest tour and garden tour video for you, and instead it decided to be stormy and rain all day yesterday. I wanted to film as freshly as possible so you would have a very fresh look at the garden. Yeah, so that didn't happen. Instead, this window decided to completely flood. We had that happen once quite a long time ago in the winter, and it seemed fine, and we've had plenty of rainstorms, but when it rains like crazy, I had a whole bunch of like kids new like curriculum, so all of that got wet, a whole bunch of their like school games and stuff. So it turns out the caulking on the upper part of the window has failed, and that is why our window is leaking. So he's gonna pick up some silicone or some caulking or whatever man stuff and fix the window. This is actually my craft room. It's a total disaster most of the time because we always have so many projects going on in here. So anyway, we just have like art. I know I haven't actually brought you guys in here ever, so this is why, because it's so tight. It's crazy. So I covered the Cricut. I just have like a super old Cricut, but it's well loved. I use it all the time. I've got stuff out because Maggie's birthday is going to be happening, and we usually do big homemade parties. It's really fun. So anyway, I keep all their decorations because we just reuse them. That's kind of what's happening in this crazy room. It's all like extra books, extra like their schoolwork, a sewing machine that you can tell I hardly ever use, even though I know how to. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening. I thought what I would do with you guys today, see, man, we have stacks. So all of that school stuff got wet. There's a pile on the floor. There's another pile in here. This is kind of our school room. It's just really a hallway. But it works for us. A lot of time we do school downstairs. So I thought I would take you guys out and just give you a little bit of an update on the animals. They're gonna be soggy and wet this morning. I haven't even told you the goat names, the baby goat names. I think everybody is. Everyone is officially named, and so I thought I'd bring you along for that. And I wanted to let you know, like, I have no makeup on. Obviously, it's the morning, and I wouldn't normally, but I haven't been looking my best because my eyes have been super scratchy lately, and I'm not really sure if it's allergies. I'm not sure if it's just being tired. I'm not sure if it was from the dirt from putting in all of the raised beds. I don't know, but the raised bed garden is in. My eyes are feeling better today, so I'm hoping, because I have to go to town today, hoping to be able to wear makeup, but I've been looking pretty rough, feeling pretty tired this week, but I am super excited to take you guys into the goat barn. And I will film. It's not supposed to be super sunny on Mother's Day, probably. But either way, at some point this weekend, if the weather clears up, I will film and take you guys on a tour. It will be a full-length, awesome garden tour, food forest, whatever. I call it both things. Part of it's food forest, part of it's just a garden. But anyway, and I will show you, we've gotten the entire raised bed garden planted. And let's go check some stuff out here. If you've seen our videos on Hank, he has ear mites again. His ears are looking better. You can see some bald patches. Man, I just don't know. So we gave him this new cage, and I'm moving him inside and outside onto the grass in the daytime if it's nice weather. You can tell like he likes to make a mess with his food and his poop and stuff, but normally he's not in the shop, but it was really stormy last night, so he got to be in, and we move him in for the night. Another update is we have adopted this kitty. So he's kind of ornery. He really loves people, but my cats really don't like him. So they fight all the time. Yesterday and the last couple days, he's been chasing them up trees, and I feel really bad. But fortunately, he hasn't scared them off, and everybody is doing as well as can be expected. He's a temporary guest. We're keeping him for some friends. And it'll be fine. It's fine. Here's a lot of our starts. They're just kind of hanging out in the inside here. I will give you a full update on all of our starts in the greenhouse here on Monday with our garden tour. Okay, let's go feed the ducks. I love these yogurt containers. They're like the perfect size. I really like to reuse whatever I can on the farm. So we just use these for feed. We make most of our own yogurt, so these are pretty old. All right, so I'll dump that in here and I'll give you an update on these ducks. There you go. They're so noisy. Okay, like I said, everything's gonna be absolutely sloppy and disgusting this morning. They're doing really good. They're all happy and healthy. There's our mama duck over there in the corner. She has a huge, giant clutch of eggs that she keeps moving. It started out in the very center. Well, I came out here because a baby rabbit escaped from the hutch over here and disturbed a couple of mom ducks who have decided that they're going to become broody. So it looks like she's moved the majority of her eggs over into the corner, and there's that second right there. There's a second nest and another mom laying on there. So even though we were going to take a break from incubating, I guess the ducks decided they were going to do it for me. And then now, yeah, and so she just keeps them tucked in. If you go in there, she hisses at you. So we won't get up super close, but you can kind of see what's happening in there. This is a new duck that we inherited recently. A friend of ours was pretty sure that it was a male. She got really aggressive and was attacking people and hissing at them and like just being downright no fun. So she asked if we'd take him. We had 2 other drakes and I said, oh sure, no problem. Bring him over and we'll just butcher all 3 at the same time. We really like duck meat and it won't be a problem. And so we put him in, and I was looking at him and I was like, oh, that's funny, it doesn't have the little tail curl. But, you know, I don't know. I wasn't really paying that close attention when we first got the duck. And so, oh, my son put the chicken food in the wrong spot. Oh well. I better move that. Here, guys. So I wasn't really watching when we put, oh, all kinds of eggs. So I wasn't really paying very good attention when, these are so nice. I like when they're nice and clean. When we got the duck, we put him in, and was like, okay, I guess, you know. So we put her in a separate spot. I keep saying her because she is a her. Put what we thought was a him into the oh, you guys want scraps. I didn't bring you any scraps. I don't know if I have any. I'm like, why are the chickens following me everywhere? It's because I usually bring them scraps. I knew I was forgetting something. It was kind of a long night with the big storm and our window leaking and all that. Okay, back to my story here. We did get lots of eggs though. Anyway, so we put her in this side of the goat run so that she could just see the other ducks. Well, she figured out how to get through and in with the other ducks. And in the morning, the kids and I, we were like, where's the new duck? So we thought he had escaped because we only had our normal 3 males. And I kept looking and realizing one of the females was acting super aggressive. Hey, let's finish this story. It's turning into a longer story than I expected. Anyway, so he got in the next morning. We couldn't figure out where the duck went, and we thought, you know what, must have escaped because it escaped 2 or 3 times from our pen. And then we realized that one of the hens was being very aggressive, and I realized, oh, I think he was a she, and just really kind of a crazy duck. So we thought, okay, we're probably gonna end up butchering her anyway. Then we noticed that we started getting a clutch of eggs building up. And we thought, oh, well, if we're gonna have a clutch of eggs, I've never hatched duck eggs naturally before, so I thought, maybe it goes better than chickens. So I decided to leave it and see what would happen, and pretty soon that hen, that duck, whatever, started sitting on the nest, and then another one went broody as well. So I think honestly she just wanted to have babies, that's all. And one of our goats. I have some fun footage on that. Sage, are you a duck? You know you're laying in the duck's nest, right? Are you incubating some little ducklings? That's very nice. You're such a sweet goat. That's the ducks. The rabbits, I already showed you Hank. Poor guy. So we were just treating him with plain olive oil once again, and now I'm giving him fresh air. I've moved him out of the pens, all the pens that seem to be giving him trouble, in hopes that he will just quit getting that problem happening. It's really frustrating. I feel really bad for him. So the next issue we had was my son looked out the door and we had baby bunnies, and I shared that with you guys in a past video. Well, then we started losing baby bunnies and they figured out how to escape again. Whoops. Here, guys, after the storm you probably want some fresh bedding in here. I know. You still have water. No. Don't go too loud. Okay. No, that's not your food either. So the cats started hunting our rabbits. So we had to very quickly figure out what to do with them. So we went ahead and we moved them all in this side. And then I realized that the cats technically could get in, because this door was open right here, and they could get in and over here. So we lost one more. So we had 7. We had 7 or 8. I think we just had 7. And then we've lost 2. So it's been at least a week and everybody's fine. Here, I'll show you these ducks again. So they have quite the clutch between the 2 of them. They're very protective, which makes me a little bit nervous for when we do have ducklings. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do when they start hatching, because the cats will definitely eat the ducklings. We actually were taking a break from, you know, you just never know what you're gonna find in a hay barrel. I don't even know. They must have slept in the hay barrel. All right, there you go, goats. Fortunately, we refill the hay barrel pretty frequently. In fact, we should go check. No, I don't know where anyone else is laying. I actually think that the moms are stealing all the eggs, but we've had a raven as well, and I think the raven is taking eggs too. So I haven't seen him in a few days. He was out here a few days ago. He's pretty big. Oh well, I did try to get it on camera for you guys, but I missed him. Okay, so that's kind of what's happening with the rabbits. We did go ahead and cull for the freezer the other 4 that we've had that the kids have been snuggling with, so they're very happy to have new babies to snuggle. Now I get to show you the baby goats. So I've been milking this past week, but decided because of the storm and we got home a little late that we would just leave them together. We do milk sharing, so it's not a super big deal. I'll show you them. Here's Rosie. She had Whisper, and which my son has figured out because we were coming up with every moon name you can imagine. So we had talked about Easter lily, we talked about moonflower for this little one, we talked about we had all kinds of moon names, and my son, even though he has never even heard of this or seen this outside anywhere to my knowledge, he has affectionately named this little white one Moonshine, because the moon shines. So she was born on a full moon, so we've decided to just let him keep the name. So this is Moonshine, and this little curious one is Whisper. Hey mama. Chico, that Chico wants to be on film too. Hi buddy. These are not for you. It's not your snack. Are you ready for yours? Yeah, mama's. She's like, this is the time when you give me this. Okay, so that's Rosie's babies. And then we had the triplets here, the 3 little gray ones. And we honestly were having a really hard time just coming up with names that everybody liked. Come on, Rosie. So we've decided to call the 2 girls Flopsy and Mopsy. And we were gonna go with Topsy for the boy, but my sister begged me that if we had a little gray goat, which we did, that was a boy, then we had to name him Brandon. So while I'm not a particularly... Hi. Hello. They're just so cute. I'm not particularly political, but now we do have a little Brandon so that we can say, come on Brandon, let's go Brandon, yeah. So if anybody needs a Brandon in their life, you know, let me know. Yeah. Yeah. They're so sweet. They think I'm gonna put them away, but I'm not. I was very happy in the storm last night. I was happy that babies got to be with their mommies in the storm, because that's scary. It was really raining. So the one I was holding was not Brandon. That was Flopsy or Mopsy. And here's the other. Hi. This is probably Mopsy because she's pretty funny, huh? Yeah. They're very sweet. Oh, don't eat that. They're super curious and so fun. Little Brandon just went out the door. There he is. He's very much like his dad. He really loves, he's got a lot of personality, super spunky. Actually goes head to head with Mama Rosie here. She's really gentle with him, and they kind of just play headbutt. It's pretty cute. Hi. You think that's food? Yeah. Oh, we're at the nibbling phase. There you go. Brandon is such a big boy, and so is Moonshine. We have some really, really crazy names. We almost always name our goats. We usually name our goats after herbs because then I know I won't forget them. I don't think there's any way we're going to forget these names though, but we've got some bigger kids this year and I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know that we'll keep any of them, but I really need to decide how many milking does I want. Oh my gosh, you guys have to see this. Oh, she's off. See if I can catch it. They keep jumping on mom's back. It's pretty cute. Whoop. Missed. It's not food. Don't eat that. So we are not disbudding our goats. If you've never heard of that, that's where you just take a burning iron and you burn off their horns. It sounds as horrible as it is. We've done a ton of research. We've done both ways. We have some goats that we've done that with, and we have others we haven't. And we just decided we're not going to do that on our farm anymore. Honestly, at this point, I think it comes down to the farmer's preference. I don't have a video on that, but if you're interested, there is a ton of information. You can just Google. You can learn a lot about that. YouTube also has lots of videos. These guys are so sweet. It's super fun, and honestly, at this point, so we would have disbudded last week technically we could still do it now. Decided we'll make our goats really sweet and love on them a lot. And that way their horns don't matter as much. And so far we have honestly not had a problem with it. And as you know, Chico has gigantic horns, but he's not aggressive at all. He's just super funny. He just has a lot of personality. Hi, whoops. Anyway, I'm gonna get back inside here with my kids. We're going to have so much fun drying out all of our school curriculum, unfortunately. And then we just have kind of a hangout, low-key kind of day. But I did want to give you an update on especially these baby goats and kind of what's been going on in the barnyard. I am so excited to take you guys through the garden. Everything is starting to pop open, especially with all this rain that we've had. It's really beginning to look like something. It's really hard to capture on the camera the tiny little buds and things unless you're super close to them. So I am excited that things are opening a little bit more, and I'm happy we've had a little bit of rain. Oh, a lot of bit of rain. Come here. No, you don't want to be held. You just want to be scratched. Okay. This is the loveliest one. I think Mopsy's a good name for her. Yeah. Hi. Cape, don't eat the camera. Don't eat the camera. You smell like a stink bug. Did you find a stink bug to play with? I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope that you guys have had a wonderful week, and I wish you a happy Mother's Day. We'll see you guys on Monday with hopefully a garden tour. That is my plan. So I can't wait. I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful weekend.